Now, a carbon fibre shock tower finally arrived. Actually only took a couple of weeks. Normally from China they take absolutely months, like with the front chassis part. Anyway, this finally arrived, and I'm going to do a different style video. It's been more sort of wrenching, and I'm going to install this onto the car. The shock tower, got my tools and hex screws, and I'm going to install it. I'm going to take photos rather than film the entire thing, because otherwise this is probably going to be like a 20-30 minute video. With the front shock tower, or shocks even. Ooh. Right, shock number one. I'm going to do the other one and put it back on. Right, shocks are now removed, and I'm going to get to taking the shock tower itself off. Right, I've eventually moved the body post. Perfectly fine. Not cracked. Body post is absolutely fine. For a while, I had to take off a lot more than I was expecting. For whatever reason, the suspension geometry components are actually connected to the shock tower for whatever reason, which is actually quite lucky I didn't break one of those before in the crash where I got it into a curb, because that would have broken the shock tower, gearbox housing, and the underside of the car. Alright, anyway, now I've got to put this back on, and I've got to put it all back together again. The shock tower's actually on now, and now I've just got the mammoth task of assembling the entire thing. It had to take quite a lot off than I was expecting, because I even had to take off the centre chassis brace. Yeah. Now I have just got to do the back of the shocks, screw them on. Oh no, they're already on. Try and do something with that. And I've got to put the centre chassis plate back on, because for whatever reason you had to take off the centre chassis plate to actually get to some of the screws at the back that also held in the shock tower. So I had to do quite a lot to get it apart, which is really, really annoying. Anyway, I'm going to put you back off, and when anything interesting's coming up, I will put you back on. That actually took forever. Sorry, I have to turn the light on. It's a bit dark in here. It's been quite cloudy all day. It took far too long. Rather than putting on screws, you've got to put nuts on while doing it up. It sounds easy. The shock tower, these nuts here holding on the shocks were fine. It was these two nuts here and here were really hard to put on, because there's no space here. I had to take off the chassis brace and the parts of the arms and all sorts. It took quite a long time. I was going to think about, saying, oh, don't buy the shock tower, but then I realised you'd have to do the exact same for every shock tower. It probably took about an hour. It did take a bit longer than it was supposed to generally, because where I bodged it, a little bit of glue went down the side, and it took a little while to get that off. But one thing that certainly was worth it is it just looks absolutely awesome. I'm really pleased with that. But now I have official bragging rights to say I have carbon shock towers. It had a lot of different screws, so you got countersunk ones and all sorts of different ones. These are extra screws I now have. But looks really, really, really quite nice, if I'm honest. I would do a running video at some point. Centre diff still kind of gone completely. Yay. So I've got to do that, which isn't actually as hard. Sorry, it is not. But you got to take off the motor, and I've got to do the centre diff, which while I'm at it I might lock it up, just make it a little bit more responsive. And I'm never bashing this again that hard. When I get that Team Associated MT10, I'm hoping it'll be so much easier to work on. That took far too long. I had to have a break in between because I got so annoyed with it. Yeah, I had to take off loads of different parts, so your C's in the way to do some of the nuts up. It was way harder than it should have been. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in another video with a bit of luck.